Have you ever found yourself wondering why, as the years go by, you don't visit people as often as you used to? Maybe you used to enjoy dropping by a friend's house for coffee or spending long afternoons with family, but now, something feels different. The thought of getting ready, stepping out, and making the effort just doesn't seem as appealing as it once did. And if you're over 70, you're definitely not alone in feeling this way. Life changes as we grow older. Our energy isn't what it used to be, social circles shrink, and sometimes, it's just easier to stay home in the comfort of our own space. But why does this happen? Is it just a natural part of aging? Or is there something more to it? Think back to the days when visiting friends and family was something you looked forward to. Maybe you loved the laughter, the warm conversations, and the feeling of being connected. But now something feels different. The excitement of making plans has faded, and the thought of going out to see people feels more like a task than a joy. You're not quite sure when things changed, but they did. If you've been feeling this way, let me tell you, you're not alone. Many people in their 70s and beyond go through the same experience. At first, it might seem like just a phase, but over time, you may find yourself visiting less and less. Sometimes, it's because of physical limitations. Other times, it's because life has changed. Friends have moved away, families are busier, and social circles aren't what they used to be. In this video, we'll uncover 6 surprising reasons why many older adults stop visiting people as often. Some of these might be things you've noticed in yourself, while others may open your eyes to patterns you hadn't thought about before. So, let's dive in and explore these hidden truths together. You might just find a reason that truly speaks to you. Truth number 1. There was a time when getting up, getting dressed, and heading out to visit friends or family felt effortless. But now, even the thought of it can feel exhausting. It's not that you don't want to go. It's just that your energy isn't the same as it used to be. This is completely natural. As we age, our bodies require more rest, and even simple activities that once felt easy can take more effort than we realize. Traveling, even for short distances, can feel overwhelming. Whether it's driving, using public transport, or even just walking to a neighbor's house, the effort involved can feel like too much. Standing in line, sitting in traffic, or navigating crowded places can quickly drain your energy. And then there's the recovery. Sometimes even a short outing can leave you feeling tired for the rest of the day. This change in energy levels isn't just physical, it's also mental. Socializing requires effort, from keeping up with conversations to remembering details about people's lives. While these things may have once come naturally, they can now feel tiring, making long visits feel more like a challenge than a pleasure. Because of this, many seniors start choosing comfort over socializing. It's simply easier to stay home, relax, and follow familiar routines rather than push through exhaustion. And that's okay. Prioritizing rest and well-being is important. However, it's also essential to find a balance, connecting with loved ones in ways that don't leave you feeling drained. Maybe instead of long visits, shorter meetups work better. Or instead of traveling, inviting friends or family over for a relaxed afternoon at home could be an option. Technology can also help. Video calls allow you to stay connected without the exhaustion of traveling. The key is to listen to your body and find ways to stay connected without pushing yourself too hard. It's okay if things have changed. What matters most is that you do what feels right for you while still keeping meaningful relationships in your life. Truth number 2. One of the biggest reasons people visit others less as they get older is simple. There are fewer people to visit. Life changes, and so do the people in it. Friends who were once just a short drive away may have moved to another city or even another state. Family members become busy with their own lives, juggling work, kids, and responsibilities that don't always leave time for visits. And sometimes, the hardest truth of all is that some of the people we once loved spending time with are no longer with us. Losing close friends and family members is one of the most difficult parts of aging. It's not just about missing them, it's about the space they leave behind. The phone calls, the gatherings, the simple joy of having someone to drop in on or to visit suddenly aren't there anymore. Over time, this can make socializing feel more like a memory of the past rather than a part of daily life. For many seniors, making new friends isn't as easy as it once was. When we were younger, friendships formed naturally, at work, in the neighborhood, or through shared activities. But as we grow older, opportunities to meet new people become fewer. It can feel awkward to start new friendships later in life, especially when so many social groups seem already established. It's easy to feel like an outsider or to assume that others already have their circle and don't need new friends. This shift often leads to isolation. Instead of reaching out, many seniors start withdrawing, spending more time alone simply because finding new connections feels difficult. The truth is, human connection is essential at every stage of life. While friendships may change, the need for companionship never truly goes away. The good news is that making new connections is still possible. It just requires a different approach. Joining local senior groups, participating in community events, or even engaging in hobbies can open doors to new friendships. Sometimes, even something as simple as striking up a conversation at a cafe or library can lead to a meaningful connection. While social circles may change, the ability to form relationships never disappears. The key is to stay open, be willing to take small steps, and remember that meaningful connections can still be made, no matter what stage of life you're in. Truth number 3. As we get older, our bodies don't always cooperate the way they used to. Simple activities like walking, climbing stairs, or even getting in and out of a car can become more challenging. If you have mobility issues, joint pain, or chronic conditions like arthritis, traveling, even for a short visit, can feel like a big task. What used to be a casual outing now requires careful planning, extra effort, and sometimes even assistance. For many seniors, the biggest concern isn't just the effort, it's the risk. The fear of falling, getting injured, or feeling unwell while away from home can make visiting others feel stressful rather than enjoyable. Slippery sidewalks, uneven pathways, or even a long walk from the parking lot to the front door can become obstacles that weren't an issue before. And let's not forget the exhaustion that comes after an outing. What used to be a fun social visit might now leave you feeling drained for the rest of the day. Health concerns also play a big role in limiting visits. Many seniors live with conditions that require medication, regular rest, or specific routines. Going out for too long can disrupt those routines, making it harder to manage conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart problems. If you rely on medical equipment like a walker, cane, or oxygen tank, the logistics of carrying everything can add to the challenge. Then, there's the concern of getting sick. Being around large groups, especially during flu season or when viruses are spreading, can feel risky. A simple cold that a younger person recovers from in a few days could turn into a serious illness for someone older. This fear makes many seniors hesitate before stepping out, especially to crowded places or homes with young children who might be carrying germs. Because of these physical challenges, many older adults find it easier to stay home rather than deal with the discomfort and risks of travel. And that's completely understandable. However, this can also lead to loneliness and isolation. The good news is that there are ways to stay connected without putting your health at risk. Hosting small visits at home, using technology for virtual meetups, or even scheduling visits around your best energy levels can help maintain relationships without overexerting yourself. Aging brings changes, but it doesn't have to mean complete disconnection. With the right balance, staying social while prioritizing health is absolutely possible. Truth number 4. As we grow older, our priorities change. The things that once felt important, going out, socializing, and keeping up with a busy schedule, start to take a back seat. Instead, comfort, peace, and familiar routines become far more valuable. Home feels like a sanctuary, a place where everything is within reach, where we don't have to worry about the outside world's noise, rush, or demands. Over time, staying in becomes more appealing than stepping out. Many seniors find that their personal space becomes more important than ever. In younger years, life is often filled with obligations, work, family, social events, and endless commitments. But as we age, we have the freedom to choose how we spend our time. There's no pressure to entertain guests or visit people just to keep up appearances. The need to stay busy fades, and instead, a sense of calm and contentment settles in. Solitude, which might have once felt lonely, now feels peaceful. There's joy in simple routines, having coffee in your favorite chair, listening to music, reading, or just sitting quietly with your thoughts. Unlike before, where silence may have felt empty, now it feels like a gift. With age comes the realization that quality matters more than quantity. Instead of rushing from one social event to another, many seniors prefer fewer but more meaningful interactions. Another shift that happens is a growing appreciation for independence. There's a sense of control in staying home, no need to rely on others for transportation, no worrying about schedules, no pressure to engage in small talk when you'd rather relax. Even when invitations come in, the idea of getting dressed, leaving the house, and going through the effort of socializing can feel like more trouble than it's worth. Of course, this doesn't mean people don't matter anymore. The love for family and friends is still there, but the way we express it changes. Instead of meeting often, phone calls, video chats, or occasional visits become enough. Relationships remain important, but they no longer require constant presence. There's a beauty in this phase of life, a time to enjoy stillness, appreciate the present, and prioritize what truly brings peace. Choosing comfort over chaos isn't withdrawing from life. It's embracing it in a way that feels right. And that's perfectly okay. Truth number 5. One of the hardest truths about aging is realizing that people don't visit as often as they used to. In earlier years, life was full of family gatherings, celebrations, and spontaneous visits from children, grandchildren, and friends. But as time goes on, those visits start to fade. The house that was once filled with laughter and conversation may now feel a little too quiet. And the worst part? No one really talks about it. Life moves fast for younger generations. Children grow up, start families of their own, and get caught up in work, responsibilities, and the busyness of daily life. Friends relocate, routines change, and suddenly, you find yourself wondering if anyone still remembers to check in. It's not that they don't care. Deep down they do. But their priorities have shifted, and sometimes that means older family members unintentionally get left behind. This lack of visits can lead to a painful feeling of being unneeded. When no one comes around, it's easy to start questioning your place in their lives. Do they still need me? Do they even think about me? These thoughts can be difficult to shake, and over time they can lead to withdrawal. People don't visit, why reach out? If they're too busy, why bother asking? For some, there's also a fear of being a burden. No one wants to feel like they are forcing others to spend time with them. Many seniors hesitate to call their children or ask for a visit because they don't want to interrupt their busy schedules. The last thing they want is to feel like an obligation. And so, rather than asking, they stay silent. Rather than expressing loneliness, they pretend they're fine. But here's the truth, your presence still matters. Even if younger family members don't visit as often, they still care. They may just need a reminder. A simple call to say, "I'd love to see you," can go a long way. And if visits are rare, finding new ways to stay connected, through phone calls, video chats, or even writing letters, can help bridge the gap. Feeling overlooked is painful, but it doesn't have to mean isolation. Reaching out, expressing needs, and finding new ways to connect can bring back the warmth of companionship. You are not forgotten, and you are not alone. Truth number 6. Technology has changed the way we connect with others. Gone are the days when visiting someone in person was the only way to catch up. Now, a quick phone call, a video chat, or even a message on social media can take the place of a traditional visit. While this makes it easier to stay in touch, it has also made face-to-face interactions less common. For many seniors, this shift feels bittersweet. While technology keeps families connected, it can never truly replace the warmth of in-person company. On one hand, digital communication is a blessing. Video calls allow you to see your loved ones even if they live miles away. Text messages and social media updates help you stay informed about their lives without waiting weeks for a letter or a scheduled visit. It's fast, convenient, and in many ways more accessible. For those with mobility issues or health concerns, technology provides a way to stay socially active without the physical strain of traveling. But on the other hand, something is missing. A video call doesn't feel the same as a warm hug. A text message can't replace the laughter shared over a cup of coffee. No matter how advanced technology becomes, it lacks the personal touch of human presence. There's a deep emotional connection that comes from sitting with someone, looking into their eyes, and sharing a real moment together, one that a screen simply can't replicate. For many seniors, this shift toward digital communication can feel isolating. While younger generations prefer quick messages and virtual interactions, older adults often long for the deep, meaningful conversations that happen in person. It's easy to feel forgotten when visits are replaced by a few words over text or a 5-minute phone call. That's why balance is key. Technology is a useful tool, but it shouldn't be a replacement for real human connection. Encouraging family members to visit, even if only occasionally, can help bridge the gap. At the same time, embracing technology can also make staying in touch easier. Learning to use video calls, voice messages, or even social media can help maintain connections, even when in-person visits aren't possible. At the end of the day, human connection matters, whether it's through a screen or across the table. The goal is not to choose one over the other, but to find ways to stay connected in the best way possible. If you've found yourself nodding along to these reasons, know that you're not alone. It's completely natural for social habits to change with age. Life evolves, priorities shift, and comfort becomes more important than ever. But does that mean we should stop socializing altogether? Should we accept isolation as the new normal? The truth is, while it's okay to enjoy solitude, human connection is still essential for a happy, fulfilling life. We are wired for relationships, for laughter, for conversations that spark joy and bring warmth to our hearts. Socializing doesn't have to mean exhausting outings or forcing yourself into situations that no longer bring joy. It can be as simple as a heartfelt phone call, a short visit from a loved one, or a meaningful chat with a neighbor. Finding the right balance is key. Prioritizing rest and personal comfort is important, but so is maintaining relationships that uplift and support us. Connection comes in many forms, and even small efforts can make a big difference. Aging doesn't mean fading into the background. It means embracing life in a way that feels right for you, with the people who truly matter. Just because social habits change doesn't mean meaningful connections have to disappear. There are many ways to stay engaged with the people who matter, ways that fit your comfort, energy, and lifestyle. The key is to adapt, rather than withdraw. One simple way is to bring socializing to you. Instead of going out frequently, consider hosting small gatherings at home. Inviting a close friend or family member for a quiet afternoon, a cup of tea, or even a meal can create meaningful moments without the stress of traveling. A warm, familiar environment makes it easier to enjoy conversations without feeling overwhelmed. Technology can also be a powerful tool. If long visits feel exhausting, short video calls, voice messages, or even texting can help maintain regular contact. Many seniors find joy in learning how to use apps like WhatsApp, Zoom, or Facebook to stay updated on family life, share memories, and keep conversations alive. Another great option is to connect with people in your local community. Senior groups, hobby clubs, or even gentle activity classes like walking groups or book clubs provide an opportunity to meet like-minded individuals. Finding people who share your interests can make socializing feel natural and enjoyable. The goal isn't to force social interaction, but to find ways to maintain meaningful connections in a way that feels right for you. You are not alone, and there are always ways to stay connected, no matter where life takes you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you feel like you visit people less than before? What's your reason? Have your priorities changed? Or do you find comfort in staying home? Maybe you found new ways to stay connected that work better for you. Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them. And if you enjoyed this discussion and want more insights on aging, life wisdom, and navigating this beautiful stage of life, don't forget to subscribe. Join our growing community, where we talk about real experiences, real challenges, and real solutions. Let's continue this journey together, because life after 70 is still full of meaning, connection, and purpose. See you in the next video.